Hey guys, so we're back. We're kind of talking about the new JCB dump truck. I just wanted to kind of do like an overview video and just explain some of the things that I did and how I built this and what I used and things like that. So let's start with the tires. These are TPU. I printed them. I wanted them to be a little bit wider. Neil had found some on in the group. He had messaged me about them, and they're the right diameter. Unfortunately, the inside diameter is a lot smaller, and with this, I wanted to I wanted these to be nice and straight, or not have any wobble to it. As in, I didn't want the shaft coupler to be the only thing keeping it centered. Sorry, got a big old mess. And to solve that, what I did is I did what I saw. I think I saw somebody in the bigger group do this, but they put a bearing on this on the axle around or the housing for the motor. So you got one of these motors that sit inside here, and then there's a bearing inside this wheel, and that makes sure that the wheel stays nice and true. And you can kind of see, like, they're relatively straight, and it's not going to wobble, and it I don't know, it just stays on there so much nicer. So that's one of the things that I did, and another reason why I had to print these tires. I wanted to have an option for you guys to be able to buy them as well. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe someone can make a tire mold, or maybe I'll do that in the future. But for now, I'm just going to run this. I really like them. The tread pattern is really aggressive. It really bites. I think the only thing that would make it better is if they were printed in TPE, the 83A that eSun sells. Unfortunately, I've been having a lot of issues with the filament size, and it just stops the prints. So I went ahead and went TPE to get this done. So another cool feature is the magnetic doors. Once again, you got this is kind of riddled with magnets, but it's also for the cab too. So that kind of just goes right on there. It stays nice and tight. And then once I get the windows done, because the cab gets screwed down, what I ended up doing is just making the top part have magnets as well, so we can have access to the driver, which is pretty cool, I think. And let's see, is there anything? I think that's all the magnets in here. Everything else kind of gets screwed together. This got glued in. This got glued in onto into the cabin, and then so did the exhaust. And then I did glue this onto this panel, and then this panel gets screwed in. But I think the dumper is really nice. It goes pretty far. Yep, right there. I think it's actually, if you go all the way and then you try and drive, the tires are going to kind of rub on it. It'll still move. So what I'll do is just kind of do that, and that should solve that. The articulating portion of it uses a thrust bearing. Let's see if I can show you guys. It uses 2 thrust bearings. So one is going to be back here, and another one is on the inside here. And then as far as the steering is the same way. We got our thrust bearings inside of this steering pivot, and then on the very inside for steering is going to be our 370 worm gear. And to be honest, I didn't add any end stops because there's not a whole lot of room, and with this 370 motor, it's not really it's not strong enough to break anything. Plus, I highly doubt I'm going to be going hard like that as far as steering. So I don't know. We'll see. I may do it just to help others, but for ease of wiring, I just kind of left it like this. I've been running it around, and I haven't had any issues with it. I'll report back as far as if I do have any issues. But yeah, other than that, I think it came out really cool. I like the details inside the cab. Let me see if I can kind of show you guys. So yeah, I did that. That's pretty cool. And then the steering wheel does turn. And then we got I got some decals. I started messing with them, trying to get. You can kind of see it's a little blurry, so I'm trying to dial all that in. But I thought the details were really cool. I haven't done the lights. I'm waiting for my switch. But it's going to have orange lights down below for the marker lights, and then or signals, and then it's going to have 2 headlights here, and then the rear I have to reprint. Oops, that was really weird. I don't know why it flipped over, but I have to reprint this piece back here, and then I'll be able to add the tail lights, the reverse lights and tail lights. Got a little TPU flap. Nice little details. I thought this machine was really, really awesome. It's been a fun build. Put you guys back down. It's been a fun build, and it was relatively easy and cheap. I think I've spent $10, $11 on each motor, if that. So 40, and then the worm gear, same thing. So 50 bucks on motors. So I'd say probably about maybe $120 it cost me to build this. Super satisfying, nice and easy. Oh, one more thing. The wheels are kind of like a bead lock. So you'll see the 2 screws here. They're supposed to be 4, and that actually comes off, and then that allows us to take these tires off. Let me see if let me do it for you real quick.
What are you doing?
Make a video. So that's how the wheels come off. I thought that was pretty cool. I think I saw that, or I did that on Christian Chop's little dumper. He kind of had that set up like that, and I thought that was really, really awesome, so I kind of followed suit. And then you'll notice down here, this is technically a 3-piece rim. So the shaft coupler is on the inside here, and then we have these little holes that give us access to the set screw to go ahead and unlock them. And then, like I said, there's a bearing on the inside, and that really, really helps. So super, super cool. I think it's really, really simple, easy. The hardest part is trying to figure out where these holes are, but I mean, it's not really that hard. You just kind of got to get it in there. Just like that. I'm going to use different screws because I think these are stripped out. Alright, but yeah, other than that, everything else is, I think it's, everything else works really, really well. I like the, I like everything. I was going to do the windows, but I'm going to wait until I do the build video. So I'll go ahead and get the written instructions done, and then we'll get the build video started. And then I'll go ahead and get the windows and such finished up. And the main reason being is the back window actually has a curve to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mold for, I don't have anything really, but we'll make a mold, and then we'll essentially grab a sheet of plastic, and then we'll grab our heat gun, and then we'll heat it up until it kind of starts to get pliable, and then we'll press it down onto it to make our window. In theory, we're going to try that, and if it works, then I'll add it to the build video. If it doesn't, then I'll have to try and figure something out on how to get this window done, because it's going to look really cool with that curve in it, and I'm hoping that I can get it. But other than that, I think like I said, we'll get everything else done, and then we'll get this model out for you guys, and then you guys can get the building as well. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed.